Guys, it has been crazy around here with the herps lately. Man, so many reptiles, so many amphibians. I've just held like more snapping turtles at once than I ever had before in my life. More skinks at once than I ever have before in my life. We're having so much fun. Come along, we're gonna jump right into it. What in the world, kids? What are you guys doing now?
Ow, holding snappers.
What kind of turtles are those?
Snapping turtles.
Yeah, we gotta go drop them off at the lake, but that is crazy.
Let me hang on this one.
Wow, kids, that's a lot of turtle. All right, guys, Papa Pepper here. This is the most snapping turtles I've ever held at once. This is 5. The little one just balanced on top. We're letting these go at this lake today, and a lot of people kind of have some stigmas about moving turtles. And I definitely agree with that. The best place for creatures like this to be is where you find them. The best place for them to live is where they are. These are not pets. The more of them you can have in the wild now, the more that'll be there in the future, and there's a reason they're wild animals. So the best place for them to be is out in their natural environment. See those guys cruising there? But the deal is that a number of these came from some ponds in our area. The people there have like geese and stuff like that, and people have been known to shoot these just to get rid of them. So they see them out in their ponds, they decide to eliminate them so they're not eating baby ducklings or baby goslings. All of a sudden they start shooting them, and then they're gone. So I would much rather grab a couple of these, bring them down to the local lake instead of in the pond, at least give them another chance and let them continue to live, rather than having somebody just shoot them in the head and have them die. A couple of these were dropped off by one of the neighbors. He came and he dropped one off, then he came and he dropped another one off. I went and checked out 2 ponds, went to the one, there was one in it, went to the other pond, and there was another one in it. So the common snapping turtle, Chalandra serpentina, pretty big force to be reckoned with, one of the largest North American turtles, and they do have a crazy beak you're going to want to be careful for. You'll notice I'm not grabbing it by the tail. A heavy turtle, if you lift it by the tail, can actually put such a strain on the reproductive system that it can sterilize them, and that's no good. So very cool. They can reach quite a bit back on their shell. One thing sometimes I do to control them is put them upside down, and when they try to flip themselves over, go. There we go. So now he can't really bite me because I got him by the neck just like I would by the tail, but I'm holding him by the bottom. And we're gonna let this guy go too. When we were kids, we'd walk around in marshy areas and just go to step on something hard, and then we'd try to feel on the back and figure out which one is the tail, which end. And there's a little spike right here still left on these turtles. When they're younger, they got a lot more ridges, but here, this one points to the tail, so then we'd reach back, grab them by the tail, dig underneath them, and pick them up. So we'll get this guy in the wild. So here's a cool one. We just took a little walk over that way, and almost right away I saw a baby red ear slider. Red ear sliders are really cool. They're a green turtle when they're young, and they get more brown as they grow. Pretty cool little guys, and they used to be big in the pet trade, and that's one reason why all around the world you can now find them in the wild, because people would get them as pets. They'd grow like, you know, 10 inches or something. People would decide to let them go, and they'd reproduce on their own. So what a contrast from those other ones. We just took a little walk this way, and we're gonna take a walk this way now, see if we can find any more, right?
Yeah, and their eyes are really pretty.
Yeah.
Their eyes are like their head.
Yeah, these guys definitely got some color. We actually found a little deformed one recently. We'll do a video on and compare to this guy. How's the water?
Warm.
Nice scenery you got too, huh?
Yeah.
Let's go see if we can find one more baby turtle.
2.
Ha! 2 more baby turtles, okay. Guys, look at all those different ones. This is actually 2 worm snakes, 2 ringnecks, and a red-bellied snake. They all got some fantastic belly patterns and colors. Look at that. Oh yeah. This is crazy to find all over our land. So guys, this is indeed a crazy handful of snakes. The crazy part too is that 3 times we lifted up this particular board and each time found a different worm snake. I've got 2 of them here, plus a red-bellied snake, plus a ringneck. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit about their bellies and stuff in a minute. But first I wanna check this board. Let's peek, bugger. Anything? I was gonna say, if we find one every time, that's crazy. So not today, right?
No.
Okay, why don't you take this little worm snake off my finger. So that's a worm snake, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of the ones we found here. Let it go under this board. It looks like a big fat mama. So set it down and let it crawl underneath there. That's a good one to have on our property. There we go. Now I want you to take this other worm snake. See, so grab that worm snake. Okay, can you show me it? Show me its belly. So guys, it's got these beautiful pinks on the belly. Hold on. So if you look at my hand here, guys, this is one of the worm snakes. It's kind of a gray on top with a pink on the side. We do have some much more vibrant ones here. I'm just gonna let this one go down here too. Come on, little worm snake. There you go. Figure it out. I want you to go that direction so you're back under your board. There you go. Maybe. I'll just try to encourage you. I know those are a fossorial snake, so what that means is a lot of their life is spent underground. This one here is one we used to have back in Wisconsin too. We always called them fire bellies growing up, but it's a red-bellied snake. Look at that color on the belly, that beautiful orange. We're gonna let her go down there. And they give live birth. So they lay like little tic tacs of snakes with little membranes, and they eat slugs too, and they can get snails out of their shell. And then Bugger here has 2 little ringnecks. This is a snake I never met up in Wisconsin, although I tried looking for it a couple times. They've got that white chin, they've got that ring around their neck, and their bellies is this orange with those black spots, and then eventually, see that? It comes back to kind of that fire colored tip of the tail. Those guys are super cool too. There you go, you little ringneck. I think it's going under there too. And Bugger, do you want to let your ringneck go too?
Yeah.
And we'll let it go here. And maybe we can check in a day or 2 and see if anyone's still around.
Yeah.
Because then when we flip this up, it wouldn't be surprising to see all sorts of snakes. Look at that. Oh yeah. Guys, look at this, a literal handful of skinks. We got 5 females in front, and this last guy here is a male. Check that out. That's crazy. This is the most skinks I've ever held, especially in one hand, in my entire life. And they're going to be part of our organic pest control posse up here in the garden. These are all either from our land or nearby anyway, but some of them we try to keep away from where the chickens are and bring them out somewhere that makes sense, like out here in the garden. So Monster Truck and I caught like 4 skinks the other day. You want to start grabbing them and letting go?
Sure.
From the bottom? So we caught like 4 skinks the other day, and this is 6. This is the most I've ever really had, and a lot of these are big females of breeding size. So I imagine they're going to be laying their eggs out here, and then we're going to be able to start seeing more of those baby ones. So sometimes too, when you got 5-line skinks, what you'll find is, you know, those babies are the jet black with yellow lines, and then there you go. Oh yeah, and then they've got those blue tails, which is really cool to see. Where'd she go? There she is. Yeah, go find a hole. But like I said, with some of those lizards and then some of these snakes too, they're all just part of our organic pest control posse. When they're out here, and they're going to be eating bugs or eating slugs or eating snails, eating different insects. It keeps our plants better tended, and then also chemical free. And actually, I think that ringneck I actually found up under that kiddie pool. I should have let some of those snakes go in the garden. Maybe I'll relocate some quick. But yeah, ringnecks I definitely like having around here, and the red-bellied snakes too. One time I remember we got a call to go relocate some snakes in Wisconsin, and in about 3 hours we had over 50 snakes, right? There were some big fox snakes, some big other ones, but then we had a bunch of gravid, which is pregnant, gravid females too. That was really cool to watch those red bellies actually like lay their little membrane tic-tac little guys and see that all happen. So pretty cool stuff. So guys, this is a crazy one too. These are actually narrow-mouthed toads. So the one on the left is a female, the one on the right is a male. Red Pepper here found them, and you don't often get to see these guys. They're a very strange face. They look like they got just such a no neck. They've got a pointy little head, just a fat body. They're just a very peculiar looking little toad, little frog. But yeah, look at that big female. I don't know, I should get some macro shots of these guys' faces because I think it'll be worth it. I'm just gonna let them go here. But yeah, narrow-mouthed toads, if you've never seen them, they're very strange creatures, aren't they?
Yeah.
You ever remember seeing ones like this before?
No.
I have found them up by the garden before, but yeah, they're kind of hard to come by.
I thought they were a bigger frog's head, so I reached down and grabbed them, and then I thought they were some sort of other frog.
So, crazy. Here's a little better look at those heads. Those faces. Compared to that big body. Okay, child, grab them up. So those are some crazy creatures. Happy to see them in the area. Happy to have them around. I don't know if you guys enjoyed that, seeing them so close or not, but they are absolutely crazy. Let's let them go in the Creeping Charlie here. They'll have some places to hide. Oh, those rocks and stuff too. Just set them down. They'll figure it out. They know what they're doing. Very cool. Thanks, child. So lately we have been finding some baby turtles. Some of them are probably from last year, and maybe they overwintered, or maybe they you know, just hatched last year and we're finding this year. Do you know what kind this one is?
Wichita map turtle?
This one's the Wichita map turtle. This one's a river cooter. So we're just gonna let them live in our pond for a little bit, right? Just kind of watch them grow, and again, you should know what the animals eat. Anytime you do, you know, check one out and you're going to detain it, give it another place to live, make sure they've got something that they're going to be able to eat, and then that you can actually take care of them. And these will be back in the wild soon enough. Why don't you put them in the pond for a minute? I like coming out here and just being able to see. You can let them crawl off. There you go. See baby turtles like that on the logs. On the rocks. And then here, do you know what kind those are?
Red-eared slider?
They're both red-eared sliders. Why don't you grab them both? So these guys are a couple little red-eared sliders, and we're gonna let them swim in there too, huh? What are you doing? There he goes. That guy's a little more shy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you just let him in, he'll swim. Kind of cool to be able to see him so little, huh?
Yeah.
How are they compared to those snapping turtles earlier?
Tiny.
Tiny, because those snappers were pretty big, huh? And look at this guy peeking out of here. Let's see if I can get his face. Oh yeah, look at that guy. What an interesting face and paint job some of these turtles have. And one thing too, guys, anytime you're dealing with turtles with a shell length of 3 inches or less, remember they can carry salmonella, so don't touch your face, don't touch yourself. Go wash your hands when you're done, right? Mm-hmm. So why don't you let that guy go too, okay? And some of these will eat vegetation, some of these will eat worms or minnows. Oh, there's a little one swimming over there behind the rock. Oh, that's so cute. I think if I stand up, he'll disappear. Yeah, and he's gone. And then some of them need things like crayfish or snails or clams to eat too. So like I said, it's important to know what they're going to be eating if you're going to be having some in your area, you know, in your pond or something like that. Oh yeah, there's a river cooter. Oh, and he's gone. And that other guy's just swimming around under there. So I've been keeping, at least temporarily keeping turtles since I was young. Oh yeah, hey buddy. But it just gives us a chance to observe them a little more often and be able to enjoy them, right?
Yeah.
And one of the cool things too is about any time we head down to the lake right now, we see turtles of some sort. Definitely looking to find some stink pots again. It's been a while since I found a musk turtle. Hoping to see some of the baby soft shells. I just saw a giant, you know, big full-size soft shell just the other day. But cool to see all the variety, even just within turtles like that. I know a while ago too I shared with you guys a little bit about Zigzag here. Zigzag is one with a little deformed shell. I will make a full video about him. It'll be a shorter one, but just show you a little bit about why he is deformed, how he is deformed, and what I think that's going to mean for his life. But really interesting to find. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. A lot of different crazy stuff going on right now. Definitely love being able to interact with the wild animals as often as we do. Don't we, child?
Yeah.
And how do we end our videos?
Sweet pepper out.
Sweet pepper out. And what do you got going on, child?
We have some more baby ducklings hatching.
Baby ducklings are being born right now. But we'll save that for another video. All right, guys. Pop out.